guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to talk about the iFi Micro Idsd Signature. Now this is a DAC amp that comes in around $750. It's really unique place in the market, I think, in the sense that it has such great sound quality, features, and it outputs the most power of any device I've seen for a portable device into this small package. And it can also be used as a DAC because it has RCAs as well. So it's kind of its own product and its own niche. And yeah, it's quite a great product. And I'm going to tell you guys about all the things it sounds, all the features, and yeah, let's go. So please like and subscribe down below. It helps my videos out. And yeah, let's continue with the video. So let's talk about the features and the build quality of this device. So I really like iFi's devices. They're always machined with really hard metals, and they always have a nice finish to them, and they look really good. And this one is no different. It also has a very nice smooth volume dial. But of course, the one thing about the volume dial that you have to watch out is that when you turn it on, you can actually hear a little pop sound as it turns on in your headphones. But yeah. And then when it comes to features, you can see it has a 6.35 millimeter jack, and they come with adapters that you can use to plug in your normal headphones. It also has a balance port. Now this DAC amp isn't truly balanced, but it has a 4.4 Pentagon for convenience. Their bigger brother, the iFi Diablo, is truly balanced product, but this one has one just for your convenience. This thing has X-Bass. I personally enjoy X-Bass a lot. In my review of my Hi-Fan HE6SC V2, I really enjoyed that headphone a lot with X-Bass. I feel like it really completes that headphone and makes that headphone from a nice neutral headphone to a very engaging, fun to listen to headphone. And X-Bass is kind of one of my favorite features with open back headphones because they tend to have kind of a less bass. I feel like this really rounds out the product. And then we have the 3D features. I never really use the 3D features that much. I just feel like I'm used to listening to music in its normal 2-channel. The 3D kind of just sounds weird to me, so I prefer to just not use that at all. And then we can talk about the side buttons of this device. So it has the red and the 2 black. So on the bottom of this, it kind of explains to you what it is. So we have the power mode, right, which is the red switches. And we have Eco, Normal, and Turbo. I honestly feel like Turbo is really just a lot of power, unless you have something really hard to drive. Even my HE6 SE, I don't even like using Turbo because it doesn't give me enough on the volume dial to turn, so I'd rather just use normal mode for that. So yeah, it's very, very powerful. It will run any headphone, I guarantee it. And then we also have the filters. So they have bit perfect, minimum phase, and standard. Honestly, they recommend bit perfect. I try swapping between these, and I don't hear much of a difference. I feel like if I did hear any difference, I would say I like the bit perfect and the standard more than the minimum phase. I didn't really like the minimum phase that much when I swapped between them really quickly. But it's such a minor thing that I really can't tell the difference, really, and I'm sure most people can't. Now, we have the IE match. So the way I see the IE match is that it gives you even more control over the volume of the device. So if you set this to Eco and then you have IE match off, you'll be using the max power of Eco, but you have even more sensitive IEMs. You can kind of go down to high sensitivity to ultra sensitivity, and it will allow you to run those even more sensitive IEMs. And I find this to be really good because it really gives you a fine-tuned control of the device. So you can run any type of IEM or very low sensitive devices on this and not have a problem. But you can also run most demanding headphones on this without a problem. So this device really can do it all. And I find that this IE match really rounds out this product to being the most versatile thing I've ever seen, honestly. And in the back, we have the ports. So it comes with RCA, left, right, SBIDF, and then a digital input. So I normally just use the digital input into either my PC or my iPhone to play like lossless music. And yeah, that's how I generally use the device. And really, when it comes to power of this thing, it puts out 4,000 milliwatts of power, which is like basically just insane amount that like it'll run any headphone. Like here's an example. I run my HE6 around this in medium gain, I would say at most. I have this whole entire dial left to turn that I could use, and then I can also go to high gain. So this thing is absolutely a monster when it comes to just power output. All right, so let's talk about the accessories this comes with. So I kind of plugged them in, but I actually don't have my 1/4 inch adapter. I put it somewhere. I gotta go find it. But it also comes with this USB to USB-C. This is your charging cable. You get a USB to a USB-A cable, and this is what you plug into your computer to play some music. It comes with an RCA cable, so you can plug this into an amplifier and use this device as a DAC into another amplifier, which is cool. Everything comes with this Toslink adapter as well. I don't have a device that's compatible with that. So the other things it comes with is this pouch over here, which is kind of nice, so you can fit your device in. So we also have these bands to like, I guess, strap your devices together if you want to. And then you also get a USB to USB-A adapter. So yeah. All right, let's talk about the sound quality of this. So I tested off the HiFiMan HE6 SE-V2, my Gold Planar GL2000, and the HyperX Cloud Alphas to kind of get a sense of what this sounds like. And I would describe the sound of this to be relatively spacious. It's also, the bass kind of has a thicker bass and it's a little bit more like rounded, fuller than my desktop setup. The mids are also very detailed. It sounds very extended and very detailed. And I think it does a really good job in the treble. And yeah, overall, the sound quality really competes with more like desktop setups, in my opinion. Like I kind of have like, I imagine like 3 different tiers in my mind. And I imagine like the first tier is like the Apple dongle, right? And the Apple dongle is the $6. It's like the best of like the cheap stuff you can get. And then the next tier up would be kind of like iFi hip DAC, right? And I consider that like the second tier. Like it's definitely a lot better than this device. It's more spacious presentation for like a mobile DAC and amp. And this is like the third tier, which I think is like really like up there, to like the best gear. And I consider like my desktop, you know, I have an SMSL SU9 and a topping A90 for my desktop. And this definitely plays in the same tier as my desktop gear, right? The only thing I think this thing really kind of lacks behind like a full desktop gear is really that I think it might have something to do more with kind of like the spaciousness and like the sound stage and the separation. I really do hear that difference when I listen to a fully balanced DAC and amp versus this. But like at the same time, like it's understandable because this thing is packing a battery in here, is packing its bass boost features and all this power into a small device. So there's only so much they can do with this device. And that's like the limitation here. It makes me curious though, is it has a bigger brother, the iFi Diablo, right? And I wonder if that Diablo will sound just as like kind of big, spacious, and detailed as my desktop amp, because it is actually a fully balanced DAC and amp. And, you know, it doesn't have all these extra features that this device has. So it's kind of focused solely on sound quality. And I have a feeling that the Diablo will get a lot even closer to that kind of spacious presentation. But this device doesn't do a bad job. And honestly, for all of its features, it probably is better than the bigger brother in the sense that you can, you know, run it with IE match. You can also have that bass boost. Like for me, bass boost is like, if you're gonna have a device, bass boost is just so good to have. Like it's my favorite thing about this device, honestly, besides just like the amount of power it has. But yeah. So in conclusion, I really think this is a very unique product. You get like desktop performance in your pocket, really. Like I've had times where I visit my friends or my family, and bringing this along, just throwing it in my bag was so much easier than like packing up my DAC, packing up my amp, all my cables and everything into boxes, bringing it there and taking it out and then plugging everything in. It's just such a pain versus you literally just take this, throw it in your bag, you take it out, you plug it in, and you get top-notch sound quality anywhere you want. And I really think that really is its niche. And not only is it that great, it's just that you have all the power you'll ever need for any headphone, which makes it such a unique product. And you can also use this device as simply like, if you're on a desktop setup, you can use it as like a desktop setup and just hook it up to the device, or you can use it as like a portable setup. Like this device really is the compact form factor that I always wanted in a device before I bought my own desktop setup. And it's very attractive because, it really doesn't take up that much space. A lot of things, desk space is limited, and having, a gigantic DAC amp really does take up space as well. So something like this really is a good desk saver as well. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please like and subscribe down below. It really helps my videos out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.